Okay, good morning, what's poppin'? I will do this in one take, so sorry for a lot of mistakes. My topic of the presentation is unusual hobby beetle breeding, and I will talk about it because I've seen a lot of YouTube videos about beetle breeding and people fighting with beetles. Yeah, that's why. Okay, so the first thing that is important in breeding beetles is terrarium. It needs to be very high because beetles like flying. It needs to be humid because that's the environment they are living naturally. It needs to have good temperature between 20 and 32 Celsius, and you need to feed them good food. The things that beetles eat are mm, the sweet fruits like apple, like pear, like banana, and the humus. The some of them are meat eaters and they eat little insects, but it depends on the species because every other species needs other environment, its other food, needs other temperature. Okay, we go next. We will see how to tell apart male from the female. We have female on the right, we have male on the left. First thing we see is the antlers. The antlers on the male one are a lot of a lot bigger. On the P, if you see here on the P, this is the end of the jaw. So we see that the jaw of the male is a lot of bigger than female because jaw and antlers of the male are made to fight other males. And another very important thing, antlers of male are made to attract other females. Yes, and the jaws of the females are made to uh, bury the eggs that she lays, because the female beetle lays between a 1 and 2 dozen of eggs every few weeks. Yes, that's right. The beetles that are not sexually dysmorphic, because the beetles I talked right now were sexually dysmorphic, can be tell apart, but it's a little bit trickier. I don't have the picture of them, but you can tell them apart because yet again their antlers. You see, in this picture, it's huge difference, but on the species that are not sexually dysmorphic, it's a little bit difference. They are more colorful, they are more hairy, something like that. Okay, we are going next. So, most of the beetles know where they'll deposit their eggs. They need to have good soil. As I said, the female lays about 1 to 2 dozen eggs, which is 12. I know that. I'm not, you know. Um and you can't, how to say this? Mm, you, I used bad words. You should, if, if you are uh, interested in making your colony, if I can name it like that, of beetles bigger, you should mm, you should take the grabs, because the things on the top picture are named grabs. So you should take them away from the eggs, because if the environment is bad, or if they have too little food, or if the temperature is bad, or if the I don't know, if the grubs think that something is bad, they will eat the eggs, because most of the beetle grubs are cannibals. They eat their own eggs. This is horrific. Okay, we go next. Let's go. So, okay. So we talked about eggs. We talked about grubs. And here we see the cycle of life of beetle. So here it is. The male beetle. Oh, sorry. What's going on? The male beetle breeds with female beetle. The female beetle lays an eggs. The eggs uh, becomes the grub, and there are three instars of grub: the first instar, second instar, and the third instar. It takes about 1 to 2 months from the first instar to become third instar. They are eating quite much in the uh, grub form. I would say I can't measure it, but they eat. I, if I can say like that, they eat much more than the imago version, the adult beetle version. Then after these 1 to 2 months, the grub will transform into pupa. And in the pupa version, I'm sorry, I told something wrong. It depends the time between the first instar to third instar. It depends on the species, but it's around the 1 to 5 months even, I can say, because the Hercules one is taking a very long time. It takes like from 50 to 90 days, so it's 3 months. Uh, and after that, it's transforming into pupa. In the pupa form, they are not eating at all. They are transforming into the imago. They are in this shell. If I can, call it like that. And they were transforming. It takes a lot of time to transform from the pupa to imago. The smaller ones, it takes like one, something more than one, less than 2 months, okay? And the bigger ones, it takes like seriously to 5 months not eating. The pupa is not eating for 5 months, and then it becomes imago. And after becoming imago, they can lay instantly eggs. Instantly, they can lay eggs. Okay, next one. So, some of the people breed the beetles to eat them. Yes, in the India or in the China or in the Japan, people are eating the beetles. In the Mexico, some of the people eat the beetles. Some of them, no, not the people eating, but some of the people breeding beetles are breeding them because they look very nice. The beetles have a lot of colors. As we see, the left one has red antlers, the right one has um, yellow unicorn horn, and has very colorful shell, but some of them breed beetles to fight. Yes, some peoples are breeding the strongest beetles to go on and fight with other people with their beetles, like we see on the picture number 1. Battles between beetles mostly uh, are like you put one beetle on the piece of wood, you put another beetle on the piece of wood, you let them fight, because the beetles with the male beetles are very competitive, so they will fight uh, instantly when they see themselves, other self, not themselves. And um, I lost the and shit. Sorry. Yes, and the first beetle to throw the other beetle from the wood, throw off the wood, wins, and that's how the battle works. And now I will show you. You see here the Chinese battle. I've seen it on YouTube. The left one won. Now I will show you the best fighting beetles. So the first one is Hercules beetle. It's one of the many beetles from Dynasties family, and it's one of the strongest beetles of them all. I would say it's pretty much the strongest. It's illegal in America. It's mainly breeded in Mexico, and yes, this is the strongest one. The antlers uh, can take almost the 800 times the mass of the beetle in the air. So yeah, it's pretty strong. The other one is Japanese rhinoceros beetle, and it's from Japan, and you can it's not the strongest one, but the fights between these two beetles, when the Japanese rhino and the Japan and another Japanese rhino are fighting, it's very interesting, because as you see, the antlers are very mm, they have very interesting shape, as you see, and where they fight, they can catch the other one with their antlers and throw them around. It's very interesting to see them fight. And as something interesting, I can tell you that what I can tell you that this beetle is often used in the anime. Okay, let's go. The smaller one, the uh, Siemens beetle. Uh, it's as you see, it's a very small one, but it's also very strong. It's almost as strong as this one, but not that much. But this one is very special, because look at his antlers. You can find you can breed the ones that the antlers connect and it's almost like an O, and it's very 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 rare. Okay, next one we have stag beetles, and this is my favorite beetle. The stag beetles are very 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 big, not the biggest, but one of the biggest insects in the world, and the fights between them are this is one of the fights that I said earlier, that they fight till they throw another from the piece of wood, but these beetles can because when it's from the beginning, they can fight to death, because you see the antlers are very sharp on the edges. These beetles can really hurt each other, and some people really fight them to death. I've seen on YouTube some fights where the other one dies, and it's very brutal. Okay, let's go. And I think the last one is Goliath beetles. I put them here because they are the biggest beetles that are existing. They are from Africa, tropical forests, and they eat. This is exactly the one that I told, or if I didn't, I'm telling it now. They very like bananas, and they can be almost as big as a hand, and and as you see, the Goliath is from the Bible. The name Goliath is from the Bible, a giant Goliath, because they are so big. And summary. Uh, as I said on the beginning, or if I didn't because I don't remember, this is my 15th or more time I'm recording this. I choose this topic because I'm watching a lot of beetle fighting videos recently on YouTube, and I really enjoy looking at this little, or as I showed you, they can be pretty big insects fighting. Yes, this is the end. Beetles are awesome. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. I used Wikipedia, I used Google Graphics, I used some things from this link, the keepinsects.com. I used Chinese rice fighting insects and channel chrząszczarz.pl, and this book from my granddad that is real. I can show you the book. Okay, thank you.